Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Underdome! Just kidding. Welcome to episode 20 of the Roundtable Oddcast, where we are actually live streaming it on Twitch. And today we're going to talk about why it hurts when I pee. We're going to talk about that for 45 minutes.
I have a theory on this. I think it's gonorrhea.
Okay. We're also going to talk about the fact that I have a package over here with over 600 Pokemon booster packs in it because I have a problem. Please send help. Fucking medevac me out of here. Call the National Guard. Stop me.
They're just going to smack you and tell you to stop doing it.
And then I'm just going to order more. I'm going to be like, but did you see the shiny card? And they're going to be like, shit, dude, you right. Fucking here's our wallets. And I'll be like, yes.
I'm not going to lie. Every time I go to a store or something like that, you've got me on the hunt for Pokemon cards. You specifically have me on the hunt for Pokemon cards, and I just want you to know, fuck you. Fuck
I tend to have that effect on women, too.
Because, I kid you not, I'll go into someone's like, oh, hold on, I gotta look for free if there's any Vivid Voltage or any packs at all, really.
Not sponsored?
And I'll go in there.
Go on.
Not sponsored.
Okay. Can you imagine if we got sponsored by alcohol?
Dude, if we got sponsored by Jack Daniels, fuck. That's all I gotta say. Fuck.
But at least you're looking for the packs. I'm excited about that because, like I said,
I genuinely am. Like I said, I go to GameStop every once in a blue moon now, and then I go to Walmart, for food and shit like that. So if I see them there, I try to get them. But there's we got yelled at the other day. Going into Walmart, looking at the card section, the lady was restocking all the cards, all the trading card games. There's Magic and all the other stuff that they put in there. So we go in there and we see her working, and there's a Walmart, I guess, supervisor or whatever that's standing right in front of the aisle. And I was like, hey, is it possible if I can go ask this lady if she has any Pokemon cards? The Walmart supervisor's like, no, you can't. I'm like,
fucking suck my dick.
What? I thought this was America. I
thought this was America. I didn't hear no bill.
But yeah, so she was like, no, you can't go. She's stocking. You can talk to her when she's done. I'm like, damn, fucking Walmart don't play no games.
Right?
Walmart's
holy
Soviet
shit.
goddamn Russia over here.
Right? Holy fucking hell.
But it didn't matter. By the time we circled back around and she was done, it was gone.
Yeah. At least you saw her stocking cards. My Walmart, and I've taken videos and pictures, it's been bare bones fucking ghost town empty in the card section for over a month, and it's pissing me off. But actually talking about Pokemon,
fucking hobby.
Yeah, well, talking about Pokemon can kind of segue nicely into what our main topic of the evening is going to be, which is I don't know how this segues in and how this ties in, but Pokemon has nothing to do with it. But okay, Pokemon can have something to do with it because I've been taking notes all week. So
you fucking liar!
Shut up. So we were playing For Honor last weekend or whatever, and came up with a really just fun gaming discussional topic of the shift from God of War 3 to God of War 4 or God of War, whatever.
Yeah.
And the complete overhaul, redesign, restructuring, and the fact that it's an entirely different fucking game, but it's still God of War. And we were like, well, some franchises are kind of due for a similar rebranding. And we wanted to talk about some ideas, just spitball some ballpark ideas about what we think could be done and what brands fucking need them. I'll start. Fucking Pokemon. Holy sweet Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but hold on now. So before we start really going balls deep into this, what are the parameters of the God of War treatment? Do you mean a complete style change? Do you mean a change of genre? Elaborate on that, because my thing is I have a few ideas about games that would do really well with that.
All of the above.
Okay, so pretty much just a complete overhaul of what the game is essentially,
while still keeping it the same.
I got you.
Because even though God of War was entirely different, and I haven't beaten it, but I played enough of it to really see the new changes that they brought to it. you're still like, this is God of War. You know, this is Kratos. They're the gods. There's fucking brutal ass combat. They kept like the big 3 check marks that they needed, and then just redid everything else.
Yeah, because I mean, I beat it. I have the special edition PS4 right here.
It's actually next up on my list to play. After I beat Valhalla, we are jumping straight into God of War.
Yeah, you need to beat it.
My main thing is just I don't want the Ragnarok trailer to come out because it's going to spoil something for me. I have no doubt.
Oh, absolutely.
But,
all I'm going to say is when you do beat it, go back to your house. That's all I'm going to say. Go back to
you're not
the
first one to tell me that. So, I've got a couple games in mind, some with more ideas than other, but I will start with Pokemon since we were already talking about it. It segues in kind of nicely. It's not the one I planned on starting with. I actually had an entirely different idea of how to start this, but fuck it, we're talking about Pokemon. Nintendo really needs to utilize on the fact that they have a system that can run an RPG. And there's been a whole bunch of concept art, fan design. We talked about it even in the last podcast episode, which was the Pokemon one. And we've talked about it, I want to say, like 2 episodes ago when Chrono was involved too, with what he thought. But the fact is, you can still keep Pokemon what it is and give us that entirely new sense of wonder, right? Give me an RPG where I'm running around in the wild. We see the Pokemon as they are. And I saw this fantastic concept art that I shared on Twitter. I wish I could pull it up and actually show it to you right now, where they actually paid attention to the size of said Pokemon. So if I come across a legendary Pokemon, it's not going to be like in the games where it's like, here's you, here's the legendary. Like, in the concept art, you see you this fucking big, and then there's the legendary, and you're just like,
hi, friend.
Yeah. And I'm like, give me that sense of splendor. Like, we already know the Pokemon. We've grown up with Pokemon. We love Pokemon. We're going to give Pokemon the money. But move it forward. They started doing it on GameCube with Gale of Darkness and Coliseum. So many up-and-coming freelance developers and shit make these tiny-ass demos or just art of like, hey, here's what you could do. And now you have created what is, in my opinion, the most versatile console in history. Just in the fact that you have a semi-powerful console. I'm not going to say the most powerful, but it holds up.
I don't know about it holding up, but, you know.
It holds up. Okay. It holds up.
I don't know. It can't run The Witcher that well.
It still has The Witcher on it, though. All right. And you can just instantly take it on the go, which is all about the Pokemon experience. It's always been mobile. So I think that should be a huge thing that Nintendo should consider in the future instead of just copy-pasting Sword and Shield, Omega Ruby, and all that. Like, give us an entirely new Pokemon experience. We will eat it up. They tried with Pokken Tournament because they wanted to do, like, a fighting game or whatever. And I was like, I could see the inspiration and why.
I mean, hell, I can even see the appeal. I mean, I'm going to say, like, I think at the time, fighters like Tekken, Street Fighter, what's that major gaming Pro Evo? No. Even Smash Bros. But like it's called Pro Evo or something like that, where they have the big gaming, fighting game genre, and they put it on blast, and they just fucking have it out. And it's one of our coworkers used to watch it all the time at work. He would take the tablet and put it up on the back shelf. But so I can understand why they would do it that way. But I want to say, like, even probably before I even met you, I was calling for an open world Pokemon game where, you go throughout, like, pretty much take the Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, or whatever, take those games and put them on a console or put them on a PC for that matter.
Yeah.
And just let it go, man. Like, I kid you not. There would be arcing streams of jism all over this room if they announced that. Like, just fucking rope after rope after rope. I mean, I would fucking blow my load everywhere if they said something like that. I'm not even a huge Pokemon fan anymore. Like, but you know what the problem is? It hits me in the member berries.
Member Chewbacca.
But like, seriously though, like, it would hit me so hard. Like, oh my god, I remember this. Like, I would want them to do a Kanto, Johto, Hoenn, and probably that's about it. Do like the first 3 areas I feel like they can get away with and really make it, concrete. Having said that, would I care if they added more or less? No, but I would just like to see it open world. You venture out and you see all this shit, and that would be, to me, would be awesome.
100%. And like, I'm not saying throw away the formula they have now, because it works. I still buy the games. I still enjoy them. They're not as great as 15 years ago, but you could easily do what they've been doing, where every year here's a new Pokemon, or every 2, and then every 3 to 5 here's a massive fucking Pokemon RPG. And somebody even concept designed a like MMORPG of Pokemon.
I remember seeing that too. Yeah,
and I was like, take my fucking money. Like, that would be something I could get behind. Like, okay, all my friends and I are going to go be trainers, battle each other, tackle this, that, the third, XYZ. Fuck yeah.
You know what the crazy part is? I wouldn't even want a online capable game like that. I would just want it strictly console. I mean, if they want to add online, I'm not going to say no, but it better be good. But at the same price, I want it to be like what I grew up with. You know what I mean?
Right.
So.
All right, well, what's a game that you have in mind? If you need a moment, I have another one.
No. I mean,
okay.
So this is gonna sound like pretty like obvious, for, coming from me. So the last couple of years, we've gotten some reboots or remakes of the Resident Evil franchise. You had Resident Evil. Was it 2? Yeah, 2.
2 was the big remake. Yeah,
which was freaking amazing.
Because that was the one that they actually remade, right? They just remastered 1 and then they remade 2.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is with 1, they did a complete ground up rebuild, but it's still the same game. It had the tank controls, all that kind of stuff. I have it on my Xbox. I actually fully intend to go through it again, but it's neither here nor there. I'm not you. I ain't got a backlog, bitch. But
exclamation mark backlog in chat to see the 400 fucking games I gotta play. I'm booked out for the year already. Continue.
I can't cancel that again. But
dinner with myself. Jazz a charge. Kill world hunger. Hell
no one.
Can we just take literally 2 seconds to acknowledge the fact that Jim Carrey was such a good fucking Grinch?
Dude, he is the Grinch. Like, there's no other.
I love it. I love it. Anyways, Resident Evil.
So seriously, Resident Evil, when they did the Resident Evil 2 reboot, remake, however you want to look at it, it was so good. Like, I can't stress that enough how good it was. Like, I fell in love with that game. 3 was kind of a step back because they took some stuff out. I don't want to say they took too many liberties with it, but to me...
Didn't 3 come out literally like a year after 2?
Yeah, and you could definitely tell, like...
Cash grab.
They pushed it. I was like, man, and I think they did Nemesis dirty. So if we're talking about all that, I want to see, and the reason why I'm going to Resident Evil, because I'm talking about more so about Resident Evil 2, is I want to see Silent Hill redone in that light. Third person, over the shoulder, horror survival. To me, I think that game could just revitalize the horror survival genre. I really do.
So you want a Silent Hill and Resident Evil style? Because Silent Hill is already kind of Resident Evil-y.
Yeah, but what I mean is...
Like what would you change about it? What would you fix? Also, Freya, thank you for that 5-month resub.
So my thing is I would change the whole... Like, so with Resident Evil 2, the big thing was James Mason couldn't... Like, James Mason, is that even the right... Whatever. Long story short, he couldn't even shoot properly because he's a regular person. You had all these things that they tied in together. I want to keep that element, but I want to update it, bring it fully into the 21st century, the way that they took Resident Evil 2 from 1998, whatever it was, to 20, whatever the fuck that was, 19. I want to just fully update it, give it the full God of War treatment, take it and just revamp it as a whole. I would even say give it a little bit more action, but keep the psychological side of it. I just think that, like, for example...
And which Silent Hill are you talking about? Hills. 1, 2, 3?
Pick 1.
2, because I've played 2.
There you go. 1, 2, and 3 are easily the best ones, but no, like, I would love 2 as a whole, but I don't think 2 would... Me personally, I would like to see 1, then 2... If they have time to do 3, then do 3. But I just think that game is just so underrated. I don't know. I feel like they could do so much with that if they gave it the Resident Evil 2 remake, reboot, whatever you want to call it, treatment.
See, I still hold out hopes just because there's all those fucking rumors. There's so many rumors floating around. You know that, like, one rumor you pass off, but once, like, 20 million rumors start popping up, you're like, this might actually be something about Microsoft acquiring Silent Hill. And I'm like, this could be a whole new beginning of a new saga.
See, the thing is, and probably the main reason why I even think this way is because we got Silent Hills.
We were supposed to get Silent Hill.
Well, I'm just saying the playable trailer PT.
Which I still have on my PlayStation, and I'm super grateful for, and it's super fucking awesome.
You need to restream it so I can watch it again. Start from the beginning.
I can do a YouTube video of it.
Mm-hmm. But like the main thing with that is so like that to me like refreshed my hunger for that game. Never got it. It was just like a fucking just a tip. You know what I mean? It didn't do shit for you.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many rumors going on with Kojima in general that...
Dude, Kojima is an enigma.
Pretty much. He's the Riddler. But I mean,
Edward Nigma.
After... Because I haven't played Kojima games like you have. Because you've even played Death Stranding. I haven't.
So I've only scratched the surface.
Yeah, you told me you put like 25 hours in and got nowhere, so...
I can't lie, it was somewhat frustrating, but I feel like if I got to a certain point, it would have been rewarding. I
just used that Juggernog mini fridge, didn't you?
Dude, still the best thing that has ever been fixed in my life is my Juggernog fridge.
Not your leg?
Fuck my leg. I've got two of those. I've got two legs.
All right, well, keeping in vein of the survival horror, because this is actually what I planned on opening up with, would be... Which flavor is that?
Spicy pineapple.
Spicy pineapple?
It's a spicy pineapple. I don't know if you can see.
Okay, hey, yo, go for it.
Yeah, I mean, I got a fucking variety pack, so your boy gonna...
Just for shits and giggles, before I say my next game, do you think you can guess what my next game is?
BioShock.
No, actually. In my opinion, and here's why I'm not going to say BioShock. I think that, really, and there are very, 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 very few titles that I will say this about. I think BioShock is honestly such a perfect series that it does not need what we're talking about.
I mean, I see what you're saying, but I don't know if I agree with it.
If BioShock 4 came out and was pretty much just like BioShock 1, I'd be like, here's my fucking money. Take it all. The game I was going to say was Dead Space.
A man after my own heart.
And we're never going to see Dead Space 4. It's never going to happen. Unless, like, one of us goes and gets a degree, fucking starts a company, buys the rights, which I've considered a few times. Like, with all the games I want to see come back, I'm like, I just need to go make games so I can fix this. But Dead Space 4, let's just picture this. And I know we're saying that this is the God of War treatment, but for the next, like, 2 minutes, I'm going to call it the Resident Evil treatment. Because just imagine Dead Space, particularly the first one. Let's ignore 2 and 3, although 2 was great, 3 was acceptable. But just imagine Dead Space like Resident Evil 7. It went from being a third person over the shoulder, you know, and then action-y. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, you're holding the plasma cutter. All of a sudden, this vent explodes in your face and a necromorph's crawling out on top of you.
What I think what really like ties into all that is the VR capabilities.
Which is becoming a more trending and accessible thing over the last 3 years and definitely over the next couple years.
Yeah.
But just, if you give me Dead Space, and not some half-ass VR port, not some Wii bullshit, because we technically had like a first-person Dead Space. I haven't even played it. As a diehard Dead Space fan, I will not touch that Wii game because it looks like trash. But if you give me like a Visceral Games Dead Space in first person. Actually, that last one hurt. But if you punch yourself, are you super strong or super weak?
I think you meant to say if you punch yourself and it hurts.
There you go. Excuse me.
There you go. Yeah.
But especially because of how unique the weapons were, it'd be so cool seeing the plasma cutter in that much detail up front with all the lasers coming out and half the other things that they created, and just the 0G sections where you'd be spinning around and all that. I think Dead Space in first person, you really don't even need to change that much. Like, literally just give it the Resident Evil 7 overhaul. Give us, and don't put us on a planet, don't put us on all this. Give us something bigger than the Ishimura.
Yeah, see, I would be fine with the Ishimura, though. Because I feel like, so...
Give us, like, the Nostromo.
Okay. I can go with that. Because I was going to say, I don't want them to go, like, overly ambitious, where it's like, oh, hey, we've got all these fucking ideas to bring it to the forefront, and it's going to be great. And then all of a sudden, it's like, sorry, Cyberpunk 2020, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, that's why I don't want it on, like, a planet and everything. Give us a space station. And just give us first-person Dead Space.
Give us a confined area, but that's what that whole game was based on, was confined areas and making you feel some type of way about being in those areas. So.
Yeah. Dead Space was perfection, which is why the Callisto Protocol is probably my most anticipated game in the next 2-3 years.
Just because it's made by the creators of that.
And most of the team. Like, they pretty much just, after EA bought them and shut them down, they're like, all right, fuck you, let's go make another horror game that's going to suck your dick. I mean, you're going to suck our dick. I mean, dicks.
Freudian slip much?
Yeah, whatever.
But Freudian dick much?
No, I really think that, especially with the power of the new gen, like, somebody please go buy the rights to Dead Space and fucking give us Dead Space 4.
Let it go.
EA was letting go of Star Wars.
Yeah, they were kind of forced into that, though.
Yeah, well, EA can't really fight Disney.
Yeah, Disney's like, hey, EA, you fucking up.
Your kneecaps, son! Your kneecap's gonna go!
That's awesome.
Oh, boy! Huh? You're gonna fucking let go of that franchise right there, bud.
Yeah, right.
Why did I make Mickey Mouse Canadian at the end?
He's not?
I don't know, but anytime I say bud, I instantly go Letterkenny.
I kid you not, man. Like, I've been saying that so much. Like, all right there, bud. Just, like, at the end of every sentence.
Okay then, bud.
I've got a supervisor at work. He's the only one that watches Letterkenny. And him and I will go back and forth for fucking hours on the radio. And then we get yelled at by our
commanding officer or whatever. I don't know.
Our higher ups. And it's like, hey, stop that on the radio.
Just to keep it, because we'll go back to the game one, but I also want to just take 2 seconds to say that the new season of Letterkenny was actually pretty good. They refound some footing. Worst part of it,
the ending.
One fucking Shorzy scene. One Shorzy scene in the whole season. If you don't watch Letterkenny, you have no idea what we're talking about. But if you watch Letterkenny, you know.
Yeah, but Shorzy, like, went scorched earth and, like, was it like?
That whole minute 30 that he had is better than anything he's ever fucking done. That's why your mom's out there walking around with my Pokemon Go, bud. Got to catch them all.
That whole thing.
Only one scene? Yes, only one scene, Neko. Shorzy's only in one scene of the new season, and you need to get caught up. You do. Also, welcome to the podcast. Again, we are doing this live, guys, so anybody watching this on YouTube, if you're confused, hi. But for a recap for anybody joining, mainly Neko, because what's up, buddy? We're talking about games that get the God of War treatment, pretty much where they completely rebuilt, revitalized, and rebranded. I'm here for Doom. All right, fuck off. I'm not going to give you a recap. Moving on.
So is it back to me now? Like,
yeah.
Is it my
what's
turn?
What's your turn? What's your game?
So, all right. So game number 2 that I think should get the God of War treatment. So I was going to say BioShock, but you made a really good point. Like, BioShock is just a really good game, but I feel like you could enhance the game so much more.
With BioShock, I feel like the main enhancements would come from
the
graphical fidelity, and that's about it. Like, making Rapture seem that much more real, Rust, water dripping, but the actual story and gameplay and elements, I don't see much needing a change from BioShock. However, if you do, tell me. I want to hear why you're wrong.
I mean, fuck you. But no, like, the main thing is with, like, so I think it comes down to, like, we're talking about, like, the God of War, like, treatment, all that kind of shit. It boils down to old games that we want essentially redone. And that's what kind of like boils down to for me. Like games that I remember playing back in the day. It's like, oh my god, I love this franchise. And I want them to just like refine themselves. So like one of the ideas I did have, we're gonna skip BioShock because we're on very different ends of the world on this one. And so my thing is, so Halo. So hear me out on this.
I was on my list too.
Okay, so we might be in the like similar boats. Like Halo, so they're going through right now a big revamp of Halo with Halo Infinite. I'm genuinely intrigued and excited for what's coming. Only because, we're so used to the copy and paste Halo formula when it comes from 1 to 3.
I haven't even played 5 because I'm just like, I already know what I'm getting.
Yeah, my thing is I want them to refine their footing and just blow us out of the water. Blow us out the fucking water.
Well, since you're talking Halo, and I know you're talking like main articles of Infinite and everything, they today did say that Halo 2 is dead. Like they have no further plans for the future. Not Halo 2, Halo Wars 2. Excuse me.
Oh, okay.
And they have absolutely no intention of doing a third.
Well, see, that holds no, like, what's it called for me? Like,
I just figured it was relevant to add for a gaming podcast talking about Halo.
It might.
Yo, to all 12 of you Halo Wars fans, you're fucked.
All 12.
All fucking 12 of those cunts.
Wait. I can't say anything because I literally just downloaded Halo Wars 2 because I wanted to try it out.
Gears Tactics is better.
Oh, I'm sure of it. Like Gears Tactics, like for RTS, is like I was like, oh wow, that's really good for console. But
Halo Wars was doo-doo. Agreed. Anyways, continue. Halo. What do you want to see from it? What do you think?
So, Halo is one of those games where, like, playing it, I think we all kind of look at it with rose-colored glasses. You know what I mean? Like
The
we all
4 a.m.
Halo
same party LAN sessions. Yeah.
Yeah, we all look at it with like rose-colored glasses, and we're all like, "Oh man, that was so fucking good! Oh, I remember all those days." And I know I'm super guilty of it. Like Halo 2. I am. I'll have to be the first one to admit, like Halo 2 to me, there's nothing you can top with Halo 2. Halo 3 is really good and it's really close to Halo 2, but it is not Halo 2. I want to see, like I said, a complete revamp of the game. I wouldn't even mind if they went third person over the shoulder, made the Flood actually spooky.
I mean, their second most successful gaming franchise is third person, so I'd be fine with seeing Master Chief like that.
Yeah. I mean, my thing is, take it back from the first person, go to third, make the quote-unquote scary parts, the parts that are supposed to make you feel some type of way. Like I went back and played Halo 1 and Halo 2 with Scarlet. We went back and played the whole thing. I was like, man, I don't remember the Flood being, like, lame. You know what I mean? Like, but if you read the books, they're scary as shit. Like, there's actually, like, fear. I don't feel that with the older games, and of course it's because of the time frame. I want to see them bring Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3 up to date and, like, give them this, like, give the brutes just a foreboding doom about them. You know what I mean? Like, to me, like, you see a brute now, you're like, it's a giant fucking monkey. You know what I mean? Like,
well, part of it for, like, us versus each other. And case in point, as you were talking about the rose-colored glasses, this is why when all three of us play, you, me, and Scarlet and I are like, please, for the love of God, just turn on Halo 4. Because they made the sprinting and well, you hate Reach, and Reach was great. But it's debatable. Just... Shut up. I didn't get into Halo until ODST. Which is a great fucking game. So...
For who? The 12 people that played it, just like fucking
Halo Wars. But
yeah, that
one. Reach was solid. ODST is the best one. Thank you, Neko. So
Neko, you ain't shit, bruh.
A lot of people had been talking for, years about the Flood, Halo, this, that, the third, and like, oh, the Flood's terrifying. And by the time I got to it, because I have played Halo 1, and I'm I haven't beaten Halo 2 because I'm playing it on Legendary, which makes me want to just curl up in a fetal position and cry. For multiple days, not even just for like 10 minutes. I never got that sense. Like, I knew from the lore what I was supposed to be experiencing, but it's like you said, because of the time frame, and especially because I didn't come from that time frame. I jumped in on Halo 3 ODST. So I'm like, the Flutter during the library mission, okay, slightly scary because holy sweet fucking Jesus Christ, you can't move 3 feet without swinging a dead cat and finding a flood there sucking your dick. But every other time the flood come up, you're like,
Mm-hmm.
Potato.
Yeah,
potato.
and that's my thing. Like, even with the Halo 2 remaster, like, don't get me wrong, it's great. I love the Halo 2 remaster. I love the textures and everything they added in. It's just, there's something about it, like, I don't want to say it's too campy, but it is. I guess I want more of like a grounded, realistic Halo. I mean, that's an easy way to describe it.
So, I'm slightly curious, because you're talking about, for a change of Halo, to go third person. And when we were initially shooting the shit, talking this idea while we played For Honor, I mentioned one of my favorite franchises, Gears of War, going first person.
I can't. I can't because...
Why is one okay and why is the other not?
So Halo, the reason why I can see Halo, because you can, like, when you're playing, like, for example, Master Chief Collection, you can see, like, there's game modes where they are in pseudo third person. Like, for example, with Gun Goose, you're behind him, you're in a chase mode. When you're in the Warthog, you're in a chase mode. You're behind them. You can see everything. I think it would just be an easier transition. Taking Gears and having that whole mechanic, to me, the cover mechanic that they have, I just don't think that's... I don't think that would translate well to first person.
You're not wrong. I just can't get the idea of chainsawing a locust in first person out of my head, especially in like 4K next gen graphics.
Like, don't get me wrong, I would be totally down if they had like a fucking port for like Google Lens or some shit like that. You know, any VR headset, and where it's like, hey, Gears of War.
I also really did like, though, in Gears 3, how the hammer burst went first person. The headshots and everything that you can nail on it, the tracking, like, it was not terrible.
No,
Gears sounds weird. I know it sounds weird, but I'm just thinking left field, trying to revitalize things. I was thinking about Gears of War, because we all know I'd, like, want to suck Gears of War's dick. I'm very terrified for Gears 6, though.
What? You do?
No, I don't like Gears of War at all. I'm not wearing a Gears of War hoodie right now.
No, you're not. You can't prove it. That's not Gears of War.
I got to thinking about a franchise I would love to see come back, and we probably never will. But this is undoubtedly, in my personal, humble opinion.
If you say Sly Cooper, I'm going to slap you.
It's not, actually. I think you might agree with me on this. I don't know. One of the best third-person shooters of, you know, the generation. I say generation from 2000s on, right? Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Vegas games were incredible.
Bro, I didn't even think of them. Holy shit.
Now take Gears of War and combine some Vegas aspects in it. In terms of, there's a lot of world in Gears of War. There's a lot of derelict buildings. There's a lot of lore. There's a lot more than we ever have access to. We started to see a little bit of in 5, where they went semi-ish open world for like Acts 2 and 3.
Mm-hmm.
But just imagine being able to rappel up the side of a derelict building and going in through any window to get a better sniper vantage point where your buddies are down there fighting Locust. Imagine being able to do half of the Vegas mechanics in Gears of War. They were both third-person cover-based shooters. They were both fantastic third-person cover-based mechanic shooters. But just add that little extra spice where, kind of like how in Oblivion, if you can see it, you can walk to it. You can climb it. You can do whatever. And Gears, I can go, that's a pretty tower. That'd be a great spot to snipe from, but can't get up there. Now imagine, hey, this super futuristic advanced fucking military has the capability to rappel up buildings. breach into these windows. Like, I can just picture with the long shot. Oh, it'd be great. So like some Army of Two type shit? Kind of, Neko. Army of Two was also fantastic, underrated. I wish we would get another one.
Wasn't the second one doo-doo?
Second one was absolute trash. Third one, Devil's Cartel, kind of redeemed the series, but by then the damage had been done.
Gotcha. Never touched them, so.
Yeah. 1 and 3 were great. 2 was okay, but I beat 2 in 5 hours on the hardest difficulty, so.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Doo-doo. That's the doo-doo.
Army of Two, the 40th day was, holy shit, everybody loves Army of Two. Give them a game! Give them a game!
Right?
12 months of development, here you go, give us our money. 2's not bad, just super short. Pretty much. Like, the campaign was not terrible. The story it told, not trash. But when you spend $60 on a brand new game and you play it for 5 hours and you're done, I was pissed. Like, today, I would buy Army of Two because it's like a $5 game.
So, here's one that might be a little bit different that you probably won't be expecting. Ninja Gaiden.
Never played a single one of them.
What? All right, so Ninja Gaiden, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not like a super huge fan, but I've played a few of them for sure. Like, and my favorite one is Ninja Gaiden 3. Actually, one of the first games I played on my 360. No, that's a lie. Pretty much when it came out, someone got it for me and I played it, and it is hard. It is a hard fucking game.
That's what Neko's saying in chat right now.
Yeah, dude, it's a hard game, dude. Ninja Gaiden is a hard fucking game.
See, I'm curious because I've 100%ed Dark Souls 1 through 3, how hard I would find Ninja Gaiden. Well, Dark Souls is fucking unforgiving and brutal and relentless.
So think of any hack and slash that you enjoy.
Okay,
and just
God of
amp
War.
that shit up. Amp that shit up.
I'd rather deal with Dark Souls. Oof.
Oof. Big oof.
Doom hasn't even beaten the Dark Souls games.
Dude, Dark Souls to me, man. Like that, Neo, and all that shit. Ugh.
Doom's always like, I love this game. It's beautiful. It plays great. Fuck, I suck at this.
Dude, I get too fucking like heated, and I like, nope, I'm good. Gonna walk away. I mean, shit, that's how it was with Cuphead. Scarlet beat Cuphead. I didn't.
I haven't played Cuphead yet. I'm very excited to, just for the art style alone.
Yeah. Oh, don't get me wrong. It's beautiful. I watched her play the whole fucking game just about. Refuse to play it.
All right, so I know very little of Ninja Gaiden. I've seen some gameplay, third-person hack and slash combat. What would you change or revitalize and what's your God of War treatment for Ninja Gaiden?
Easy, make it like Ghost of Tsushima, except keep the difficulty. So if anything, if you're thinking about it, be more like keep it like Sekiro.
So instead of a hack and slash, it's more precise, block, parry, combo.
Yes, keep it very just parry.
Instead of Ninja Gaiden, you want Ninja fuck 'em.
Sure. Ninja Kiro.
I might be able to get behind that.
Sekiro was hard as fuck. The main thing is like Ninja Gaiden was so over the top, bloody, gory. The stories were kind of hit or miss. You know what I mean? When you're playing them, I'm not gonna lie, I can't even remember half the fucking story of Ninja Gaiden 3 because it was all about the combat. You know what I mean?
Right.
But at the same token, I remember playing the game, having a great damn time, getting new weapons, and dismembering people like it was fucking nothing. I would love to transition that into because it's I don't know if it's third person. I don't even know what camera angle you would call that. But take it, revamp it, bring it up to what it is now. Have all those enemies swarming you, but you got to be precise with it. Got to be precise with it. And I feel like for a, Soulsborne-esque type game, it would really flow well, especially if you're giving it the quote-unquote God of War treatment.
I like it. And what you guys are about to witness now, if you're watching this on YouTube, is I'm going to go walk away and get a beer, which normally would be edited out. Because we're doing this live, though, you get to just enjoy it. So I'll be right back.
I wish you wouldn't.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll come back and you guys just get to hear Doom talk. Bye.
Yeah, except I'm not going to talk.
Talk, bitch!
You can't make me. You don't control me. But no, there's a couple games out in the world that the fuck did I just say? Out in the world? What? there's a couple games that I think deserve the God of War treatment. Basically, just revamp it, bring it up to date, maybe change it a little bit, not too much, but it'd be a lot of fun. Like I said, for me, Ninja Gaiden I think would be really good. Freak said earlier, Dead Space, which I can't agree with more. I'm kind of mad that I didn't think about Dead Space, honestly. But no, there's plenty of them. And but yeah, plenty of great games that need revamping. I wish he would hurry up and get this goddamn beer. He is taking forever. Did he brew it himself? Did he fucking brew it himself? Hurry the fuck up and get in on this shit, you asshole.
Oh, you told me you don't want me to come back.
I can only talk so much. I'm not a streamer.
Fucking talk. Just notice your Kid of Darkness, man.
Yo, Slaughter to Prevail. Alex Terrible. He's that dude. I saw them live right before quarantine happened, and they all came out wearing those gold masks. Not gonna lie, those gold masks slap. I was kind of surprised that I liked them as much as I did. I want to get I kind of want to get the whole damn set, but you know.
What up, Angel? Okay. So this one's more of a hypothetical, because I'm slightly blinded by my love. So I'm curious more so what you're in.
I'm blinded by the love. Sorry.
Yeah, I can't sleep until I feel your
touch.
Would you, or what would you do to either of these franchises? I consider them kind of in the very same vein, because I'm about to touch down on Bethesda. Elder Scrolls and Fallout.
All right. So, Elder Scrolls and Fallout. Hold on. I gotta preface this off the cuff. Don't fucking put out a broken goddamn game anymore. I'm tired of all the goddamn glitches and bugs. Having
fuck
said
Bethesda,
that,
fuck you! Okay?
Hey. Bethesda is fucking great. You wash that whore mouth out of yours. Trash talking Bethesda. Yes, we are fanboys of Bethesda.
We literally play Fallout 76 and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we need to do another episode soon, but yeah.
not fucking proud of that either, but yeah, here we are.
Well, like, minus the broken game thing, because part of me, that's part of the charm. That's content right there. Hey, why couldn't you beat the game? Because my fucking horse is on a roof. What would you do? What God of War treatment would you give Todd Howard's masterpieces? What would you sit Todd Howard down and say you've done wrong?
That's fucking tough, dude. I don't know. Maybe not have a super mutant not be able to go into a nuclear reactor and flip the switch for you.
Bro, I loved that. It means that none of us had to fucking die.
Yeah, but he clearly wouldn't go in to fucking do it.
But in terms of actual gameplay, what would you... Because, like, even in Fallout 4, they implemented a mechanic that I thoroughly enjoyed, was underappreciated, and was buggy as shit. But just being able to build your own settlement, adding that little bit of the Minecraft-esque to a world like that was incredible for me.
So I really think that, like, I loved it, but I wasn't crazy about it because I feel like it could have been a lot better. And I don't even think 76 has scratched the surface on it and what it could be and what it should be.
You and I still need to do an entire episode of doing nothing but base building.
Have fucking fun with that.
You're fucking joining me, but I'm not doing a Fallout 76 episode alone.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
You got a point there. You got a point. But no, seriously though, like I think the base building was a good start. I literally don't think that 76 and 4 really... It could have been better, for sure. I don't know how. Like, I just know, like, trying to build shit in 4 was kind of like a pain in the ass. Like trying to structure everything right, get everything where it needs to be. And 76, the little bit that I've done, I've pretty much haven't done much because I feel like it's too close to Fallout 4. It's kind of like, oh shit, this is gonna be a pain in the ass, and if I better have a lot of time, this is what I'm gonna be doing with it, is creating these buildings and shit. So for me, it'd be nice if they could perfect that, but honestly, I would take that out.
Okay, so let's talk, because this is the next one on the horizon, though. What would you do with Elder Scrolls? What's your God of War treatment for Elder Scrolls? Elder Scrolls 6 is confirmed.
That's tough, dude, because here's my thing, and I'm probably going to catch a lot of shit for this. I didn't like Oblivion. Oh,
okay,
doggo. There's a doggo. Skyrim?
Hi, Lily! Lily!
There she goes.
She said, fuck you, I'm out.
She did.
Alright, so you didn't like Oblivion. What about Skyrim?
Skyrim, like, I was forced into playing it, and I'm thankful that I got forced into playing it. Like, I love that game. I just re-downloaded it with Game Pass. I fully plan on, like, delving back into it just because I fucking can. Skyrim's incredible. Yeah, I've had bugs with it and all that kind of shit, but like you said, it's part of the Bethesda charm. But, it's fucking tough, man, to think about, like, how you would change that game and make it better. And I'm actually...
To me, that just kind of says a lot, because, like, for Fallout, you're able to come up with one thing. For Skyrim, you're able to come up with nothing, at least off the cuff. I am jumping in preemptively. But just, everybody shits on Bethesda games and the production and the quality, and they're like, it's the same engine, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, I've put more hours into Skyrim and Fallout than I can even count. If people ask me what my top games are of all time, Fallout is always up there. We still play Fallout 76. I'd be fine with loading up Fallout 4 tomorrow. Like, Todd Howard and Bethesda make fucking incredible games.
I think with Skyrim or, like, Elder Scrolls is I would work on the combat. The overall
I'd be okay with seeing, like, a new combat come in.
Yeah. Because from 3 to 4 and then to 76, Fallout changed the
VAT system.
The VATs, which I wasn't crazy about, but I understood why they did it. And then at the same time, the first-person shooter aspect was a lot more first-person shootery, if that even makes sense. Like, like if you were a first-person shooter, were to do like a first-person shooter style in Halo 3, Fallout 3, or even New Vegas for that matter, it wouldn't work as well as it does in Fallout 4. Like, your ADS doesn't always hit in Fallout 3. It's not a guaranteed, just because you're aiming down sight, you're going to hit them. Like, there's a lot of stray bullets and shit like that. With Halo 4, god damn, Fallout 4, I'm stuck on Halo for some reason. What the fuck? With Fallout 4, if you went ADS, you were pretty much hitting them pretty regularly. So, to me, I would change the Skyrim Elder Scrolls style combat. I just don't like the whole, like, you just see a sword, bing, bing,
right.
Bing, bing, or the, having a shield block and all that kind of shit. So I think they could very easily update the combat system for, swords and melee weapons and all that kind of stuff. I don't know how they would do the magic aspect of it. But
I think the magic would probably have to be something that stays very similar, because trying to change too much at once tends to be detrimental.
Yes.
So you can fully change the combat of Skyrim. Say, not necessarily this, but this is the best example I can come up with off the cuff. For Honor style, where you have directional stuff you have to worry about. Because imagine in Skyrim, or Elder Scrolls 6 elsewhere, whatever the Argonia, whatever they want to call it, but you've got your sword and shield. I've never played sword and shield. I've always been a ranged person. But you have to actually account for, okay, hey, swinging that way and that way. You could choose to thrust, like, give you custom executions almost, like add a little bit of sprinklings of Ed Boon's Mortal Kombat. Because they started to do it in Skyrim. Like, you could decapitate people. but it was kind of randomized. It was kind of based off of how you hit them, if you did a strong attack, if you were stealthed. But like, and I'm not saying For Honor, but just adding that much more level of detail, because that implemented something we hadn't really seen in a combat-based game, where I had to pay attention to where my opponent's striking from. And then for the magic, just keep it the same. Because if I throw a fireball at you, I want you to light in flames, okay? As somebody who's been lit on fire, if I'm trying to light you on fire, I want you to go up in flames.
So my problem is so like when you do the self-heal, you just have your hand right there like doing this. You just see the fucking healing shit come out of your hand. I'm just like, that's pretty lame. Or you see the ha, all that. I don't know. I want them to update it somehow.
So you want to make it like Harry Potter-esque?
No, I don't want them to fucking Wingardium Leviosa my ass.
But, I mean, you want to make it more unique for the types of spells that you're casting.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's for Skyrim, it was very, or even Oblivion, it was very like, oh, look, he's fireball. You know what I mean? It was just very, it's what you expected. I want it a little bit different, updated.
So, this one's a little off topic for what we're talking about. Make the casting more Dark Souls-like. I could get behind that, actually, Neko. I could get behind that a lot. If you merge the worlds of Todd Howard and Dark Souls. I love how I say Todd Howard and not Bethesda, because we all know it. Like, Todd Howard is like the Cliff Bleszinski of Gears. Like, you take out Todd Howard, and it's like, all right, here's Fallout 5. Without Todd? Really? You guys really want to do that?
Shit!
Which is why I'm concerned for Gear 6, because there's no Rod Ferguson or Cliff Bleszinski, even though Cliffy B is kind of a huge cocksucker.
I'm holding out hope.
But, just for shits and giggles right now, because I did say this is going to be a bit of a longer episode, what do you think we're going to get with Starfield?
Pretty much Skyrim in space.
Do you think they're just going to, like, copy-paste, rip that off? You don't think they're going to try anything new at all?
I mean, I'm sure they will, but I hate to say that. What's the game that ZeniMax just came out with?
Outer Worlds.
Yeah. I
haven't played it.
Say it. I played maybe an hour. I'm not going to lie. I didn't, like, go balls deep into it, but I watched a lot of reviews on it and all that kind of stuff. And
I heard a lot about Outer Worlds was if you like Fallout New Vegas, you'll love this game. And a lot of people I know firsthand that have played it, fucking loved it. But that is a common comparison is, here's Fallout in space.
And I hate to say it, but I think that they're just going to do Skyrim in space.
I'm about to Google real quick if Todd Howard is in charge of that project.
He fucking better be.
Right, because even then, I'm still going to buy it. I don't care.
See, I hate to say it, but like, so Skyrim was one of those games where like I didn't buy it day one. I'm kind of mad that I didn't.
Oh, I bought 2 collectors.
Ooh, fuck! You bought 2 collector's editions? What the fuck?
Well, okay. Excuse me, I didn't buy 2 collector's editions. I bought my collector's edition and then like the ultimate edition or whatever. The fucking hey, here's the game and here's all the DLC in the future. And story time for you guys. I bought it. This is actually like the most wholesome story I've ever done in my life. Okay, this is a genuine, just good heart moment for free. Okay. Pull up your chairs, kiddos. Grab your drinks. Make your s'mores. Set another log on the fire. So Skyrim was coming out.
Eat a dick. No one fucking cares.
Shut the fuck up. Sit down. I'm telling a story. I had played Oblivion. Played the shit out of Oblivion. I loved Oblivion. Going into the Oblivion gates sucked ass, which is why I'm really curious to see what ESO is doing right now, because their next update is all about Oblivion. I love ESO. Suck my dick. But my dad loved playing Oblivion, right? He had a PS3. I had a 360. Played games all the time. We talk about the different shit we did. Like, hey, I just went to Anvil, blah, 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 blah. It was just a really cool thing because my dad's 30 years older than I am. So having him in gaming, cool as shit. And wait,
hold on. Are you saying you have a whole fucking gaggle of gamers at your house?
No, not at all.
Your whole family's nothing but gamers?
Not in the slightest.
Oh.
ESO is bad. ESO is really not that bad. What?
Fucking lame?
So, as Skyrim was getting closer and closer to launch, because that is one of the biggest marketing campaigns I've ever seen done in gaming history.
I still have that fucking that Dovahkiin, stuck in my head from all the fucking years of being at GameStop.
100%. No, it
Jesus
is. I like
Christ.
ESO. Yo, Kitten, I like ESO too. All right, Neko's wrong. But I kept asking my dad, like, hey, are you planning on getting Skyrim? He's like, I'll probably buy it in like a year or two, you know, after it goes on sale. I just don't want to buy it day one. I don't like spending that money, blah, 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 blah. And I love my dad. We're very good friends. We get along. Stop rolling your eyes. I don't care. So I ordered that big ass collector's edition with the dragon and everything and the art book and all that. I still have Alduin sitting. You can't see him, but he's right at the top of this fucking bookshelf.
I want it.
Hold on. You can see him. He's like, oh, you want me? Bitch, you can't have me.
I know.
Just like me and the Songbird statue from Infinite. But, so I pre-ordered that. And what I decided to do was I also pre-ordered the Ultimate Edition on the PS3 for my dad.
Oh, how sweet.
But I didn't fucking tell him this. So towards the end, I chose to go from being a sweet, loving son to a cocksucker. I was like...
So you went back to your normal fucking self?
Yes!
So you went, hold on. When have you ever been like a fucking nice guy? I'm waiting to see this shit. Hold on. I'd be more surprised if that fucking happened.
I came to Atlanta with you guys and kept your fucking secret for months.
Yeah, you got a point. Shut the fuck up.
So, the only thing I want is to get my Juggernog fridge fixed. Hey, Doom literally just did that. Show him. Go ahead and take the camera. I'll tell the story. Point your camera at the fridge.
What? I can't. It's like down below and all that kind of shit, and they won't reach.
Oh, lame. All right, well, Doom has the Juggernog fridge, and he just fixed it. If you order like a $15 power supply or whatever, he fixed it. He can tell you. So, towards the end, like the final month leading up to November 11th, 2011, I was like, oh, Dad, the statue's going to be awesome. This fucking art book's going to be great. I even got the strategy guide, too. I'm going to read everything. I'm going to know all about Skyrim, and you're going to sit there and watch me play it. And he was not happy with me. He was really, really not happy because he loved Oblivion. So finally, at the end, November 10th, I head out. I said, all right, Dad, I'm going to go pick up my copy of Skyrim for the midnight launch. And he's grumbling, whatever, has a cigarette, goes to watch the game, goes to bed. What I did was I went to GameStop. I picked up my big-ass collector's edition box and then his regular edition. I unboxed my entire collector's set and put his version in the very bottom. And then I reboxed my collector's set. And I went home and I like kicked in his door and I was like, Dad, look at this shit. And I made him sit there and watch as I unboxed this entire collector's edition that he could not enjoy. Unfortunately, I didn't get maximum joy from it because he had been sleeping. So he was groggy. He was half asleep. He was not all there. But here's where it becomes okay. As I unbox the Alduin statue that Doom will never have, and I've got my collector's edition and everything else, I pull out the final item of the box, which is the PS3 Ultimate Edition of Skyrim, and I give it to him, and I'm like, and I got you this. That's it. Like, there's no build-up. I'm just like, and I got you that. And this man is so tired, he just fucking accepts it in his arms and goes to sleep. And then about 12 seconds later goes, oh my God! And then I never saw my dad again after that because he played Skyrim nonstop for like 3 years. And that is the most wholesome story I have.
You're still a cock.
Oh, 100%. Oh, I had to do it in my style. I couldn't just be like, here, Dad, I love you. I had to fucking tease him and torment him.
I mean, it's still the dick move because, like, if you would have done it to me, I would have smacked you and take the fucking statue and walked away. But then again, that's why I'll never be a father.
Todd Howard is involved with Starfield. And Starfield is It is the largest engine overhaul since Oblivion, so they're actually fucking working on a new engine.
Yeah, but they've been talking about that for years.
Well, they've always been very honest about the fact that like the Fallout 3, 4, Oblivion, Skyrim engine is pretty much the same with minor adjustments. This is apparently like an actual new fucking, engine.
Only took them
20
years.
years. I mean, you have to factor in it's been literally 10 years since Elder Scrolls 5.
Holy shit.
It's 2021, dude.
Dude.
10 years. It's been a decade since Elder Scrolls 5.
Dude, I just got fucking smacked in the head with some knowledge. What the fuck?
It has been a whole fucking
old.
decade. It has been a 10th of a century since the last Elder Scrolls game.
Dude, I'm fucking old. But you're right behind me, so fuck you.
Emphasis on behind. You're still going to die first.
Fine. Joke's on you.
That just means I'm going to have to deal with Widow Scarlet. Fuck.
Okay, you'll finally get that threesome. My corpse cock and her.
That's fine. It just makes me look that much better.
I'm not even going that route right now. I'm not even going that route right now.
All right, so are there any other games in particular that come to mind when you want to do the God of War, like complete revamp, revitalization, remake?
I'm looking at my pops right now to see if I'm something I'm forgetting.
Let me look at my actual games. Unrelated, I would love to see Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Vegas 3. Like, I don't even need a revamp, remake. Just give us Vegas 3.
Please. Dude, Vegas is so underrated.
It is! I would love to fucking run through it as, like, just a YouTube video and shit, because, like, the servers are still up. We could play it. You just have to have the game.
I have it. I have one in, I think. Pretty sure.
Backwards compatible on the one, both of them.
All
right, cool. Future series you guys just learned about. All three of you that watched this whole video.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of games out there that I wouldn't do it to, but ones that are worthy of actually getting the update or reboot, whatever. Kind of falling short on me. What about some PlayStation? Oh, excuse me. Ugh, fuck. Some PlayStation exclusives.
Sly Cooper!
I knew that was coming. I'm talking besides that. Like, would you do Ratchet and Clank and all that?
No, because Ratchet and Clank's already getting a new game this year, and they've implemented a lot of new gameplay changes with like the rifts and dimensions. Future series that won't happen for 5 years. I'd love to see Crysis 4. I'm excited for a new Battlefield. I would love to see. I am actually really excited for the Mass Effect remake that they're doing.
Yeah, the whole all three of them.
Yep. We need more Jak and Daxter. We don't need Jak and Daxter until we get more Sly Cooper. All right? Sit the fuck down. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, Sly Cooper's overrated.
Sit the fuck down. Shut the fuck up. It is the most underrated out of all three of that triangle. And then you even add Tak. Like Tak and the Bad Juju.
Tak and the Power of Juju? Not the
Whatever.
Bad Juju, you dumb bitch.
But you know what I'm fucking talking about. Fuck Sly Cooper. Fuck you.
Yeah, I agree. Fuck Sly.
Series that we won't see for 5 years, but we want sequels of. Okay, rapid fire. Titanfall 3.
Yeah, you're not gonna get that.
We
Dude,
might.
You can't put me on the spot like that. I'm not good like that.
I'm not like canceling my hope for Titanfall 3. I'm not. Like Apex Legends was supposed to be Titanfall 3. Doesn't mean that they're never gonna do it.
I don't know, man.
Especially because EA is letting up. Like, they're being forced into things like, hey, we can't do Star Wars. Well, we can't exclusively do Star Wars. Respawn might be like, fuck you, here's Titanfall 3.
I don't think so, man. I think EA is like, I mean, that's where fucking companies go to die when they get bought by EA.
Fuck EA.
That's all you got. Just fuck EA.
Isn't Titanfall 3 confirmed, though? Not last that I saw, Neko. There's been a whole lot of speculation.
It turned into
Apex. Yeah.
Apex.
I said as of right now, there's no Titanfall 3. If you've got something to prove me wrong, by all means, send it to me. But Titanfall 3, last I heard, was no.
Please prove him wrong. I'm tired of him being fucking right. Just fucking prove him wrong in some way, shape, or form. Knock him down a couple pegs off his goddamn pedestal. Pedestal? What the fuck? Fucking these
pedestal. That sounds like that. I'm not even gonna say what that sounds like because I don't want to get like demonetized here. But
yeah, I know what you're talking about because my brain went there.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
I'm sorry. But yeah, I don't.
I'd
see-
also be okay with seeing like a not shitty Ghost Recon.
Well, apparently Wildlands was great, but the Breakpoint one was fucking doo doo kachoo.
I want to play Wildlands. I don't give a fuck about Breakpoint because I don't like John Bernthal.
Ah! Take that back.
You just
saucy
like
bitch.
Punisher.
So, actually, he's good in like 90% of the shit that he's in.
Okay. Let me rephrase this. John Bernthal is so great at being a fucking cocksucker in his roles that I naturally just don't like him. I hated Shane.
Too much like yourself.
No, I'm just gifted, right? He acts.
Oh, you're a gifted cocksucker.
I am a cocksucker. He's a fake cocksucker. You know?
No, I don't know.
Well, come over here. Let me show you in all 3 inches. Ready? Like top of the Stella bottle. Just there you go.
Wow, that is now forever.
Not the first time it's happened on stream either. Happened like a week ago, and nobody clipped it. I want Titanfall 3, so fuck you, Doom. Sadly, Titanfall 3 is not in development. I know, because I said that already.
Fuck you, you bald bearded bitch.
You mean it? I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of games that could use the God of War treatment, revitalization, revamp, and everything, and just right now I can't think of them because like you could do so much with so much. Like,
really, you can do so much with so much.
No, like you keep it vague on purpose. All right, imagine Forza Horizon Twisted Metal. You see, you can do so much with so much. All right, like you're picking up what I'm throwing down, you smelling what I'm stepping in. Like, there's so many games that could use just a complete overhaul.
Twisted Metal itself, I would love to see them just bring it back and not shittily.
I want to see them bring it back, but nothing but clowns, because fuck you.
Dude, Sweet Tooth does nothing for me. Don't know why, don't know how.
I didn't say Sweet Tooth.
Oh! I have to say this. I have come to a realization at some point today. So, as some of you may know, I am scared of clowns. Like the movie It, new, old, whatever. Fucking can't stand it just for the sole fact of clowns. So I happened to be watching a video on YouTube earlier today. Just fucking around. And it was about Are You Afraid of the Dark, the Nickelodeon show from back in the day. Do you know how many fucking clown episodes there were?
No. Because I never watched it.
Regardless, it was fucked up for its time for kids. Like, it explains a lot about my childhood. That's all I'm going to say. Having said that, there was a lot of damn clown episodes. And there was a lot of weird fucking clowns in that show that fucked me up. And I'm like, wow. It all is coming together now. And it all makes sense of why I don't like clowns besides it.
Unrelated, but related. Bill Skarsgård, who is Pennywise in the new series, and is an absolutely fantastic Pennywise. His brother's in Vikings.
Okay. Still haven't watched the show. Have no intentions of watching the show either.
No, it was more of just like, because obviously I've been watching it and everything, and as the opening credits roll and everything, and you know, like, blah, blah. I say blahs, but these are actors' names, like, coming across the screen. They're like, Gustav Skarsgård. And I was like, that can't be a fucking coincidence.
It could be.
And it very well could be. So I went to the internet. Because, you know, the internet never lies.
What?
Yeah, what? Never lies. Like, that headache that you have, it's 7 different brain tumors.
Makes sense.
Yeah, her name's Scarlett.
True.
Laura, I highly doubt that you'll ever watch the end of an episode of the podcast that you're not in, but on the off chance that you do.
She's never watched one that she's even been in.
Yeah. On the off chance that you ever see this video, even like 20 years from now, I love you. Okay. Doom is lucky.
He's only saying that. He only says that because he wants the threesome.
I I'm pretty sure she wants the chase dopey more than I want the threesome. Because
I don't
it's
know,
a threesome
man.
with 2 guys.
I don't know, man.
And one of the guys is you. He's like, fuck, he's got a point.
I'm forgettable at best.
If that.
Fuck you.
No, it's like I feel like this could be just something that'll constantly come up in conversation of the next year podcast episodes, because so many games can just use a little kick in the ass. A little bit of lovin's. A little bit of just, you know?
No, what is that? What'd you just do there?
Oh, that was. Oh.
What? Tell me, because
No.
I'm intrigued now. What was that little hand
I bet
gesture? What was that?
I bet you're intrigued, but we're at an hour and 10 minutes. So we're gonna end this episode of the Roundtable Oddcast and venture into the After Dark territory, which will actually not be live streamed because I gotta incentivize some of you fuckers to come to the Patreon, because that's how Doom eats. My Patreon funds feed Doom for the month.
I literally get a single ramen noodle a day.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes I wipe it on my ass just to give it some extra flavor.
It's like Flavor Christus.
But feel free to leave a comment down below. Thank you all so much for watching. If you watched live, much love. We'll probably do this like once or twice a year, adding a live stream version of the Oddcast, just for a little bit of extra flavor crystals, as Doom likes to call it. And this will be a topic that you probably do hear about a couple more times over the next however long we do podcasts, because it's a fun one. But yes, we are going to send a raid on out, and then we are going to record the After Dark episode, which you can come and join and watch for as low as $3 a month. And thank you all so much for your support with thebombdiggity.com.
Wait, hold on. Before you end this, when did you upgrade it from $1 to $3 a month?
Next month. After the Patreon fees and taxes and shit, I barely make anything off of $1, so I'm bumping it up to $3.
That sounds like your fucking problem.
You're the one that eats 1 ramen noodle a day because of my Patreon. You should want.
You know what that sounds like? My fucking problem.
Upgrade your Patreon. He'll give Doom 3 noodles a day.
I'm hungry.
But thanks for hanging out, guys. It's been a longer episode, and we rambled off at the end, but honestly, I don't give a shit. It's fun times as always. Doom, thank you for joining me, and suck my dick. Don't say anything. Okay, bye.